pages are done. Now, let's work on the liners. So for the front and back, I have trimmed out these three pieces. Sorry. So on the flip side of this pattern, you've got this solid. So I'm using these two patterns side by side, and here's one I just attached it already with a strip of tape on the back side, so they're attached. I'm going to lay it in just like so, and then this ribbon is going to go across the center. So that is what the front and back inside liner is going to look like. So it needs to be trimmed down to fit. And this should do it, but let's see. Okay, so now, see how wide it is. Okay, so that should work. So I'm just dry fitting, and I also want to make sure I'm very clear of the hinge here for the cover. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that looks very good. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and then we'll put the other one together for the back side. Okay, and then we're going to add this little strip, and I know I need to trim it, so I'm going to mark it. It should just be a little tiny bit though. Actually, it doesn't need to be trimmed, it's right on. This is a 1-inch strip, just a simple 1-inch strip, but you can do whatever you want here. It's really just to hide the seam. So as long as it's as wide as the seam, that's all that matters. And you don't even have to hide it if you don't want to. All right, so that's in. So now we're going to do this one together. So I've already inked the edges of both of these. So I'm placing the corner down and then pushing everything before I lay it flat. So the seam is nice and tight. There we go. That's in. And I have a little excess tape, so I'm going to trim that off. You could also just tuck it around. It's really preference. Okay, now if I recall correctly, when I trimmed this out, I just trimmed it out to be 7.5 by 7.5, and yeah, that means I need to take a little bit off so that it'll fit. Okay, so it should fit now. Yep, it does. It looks good. Now I'm going to just re-ink the edge I trimmed, which I think I forgot to do on the other one. But well, I'll probably be the only one who notices. Okay, looks good. Here we go. Just a tiny bit off the edge. Okay, there we go. I like that. I think that looks very nice. Okay, so that's the inside covers, and then now we're on to the actual cover. So this is like pretty much the signature page of the collection. This is what I chose. And I am definitely going to embellish it further, but this is what I'm going to use as my base for the cover. So this is the bookbinding tape that I've been using for a while. We've been having trouble getting it from our supplier, but we do have it back in stock right now. If you guys are interested, it's in the shop, and I'll have a link to that below as well. So it's the bookbinding tape, and I just love it. I don't make albums without it anymore. I mean, then I don't have to worry about my spine coming apart on me. Okay, and so this is another beautiful page. So this was just a continuation of like book covers here, and I really like the way it looks. So this was almost what I did for my cover, but I decided to use it for the back. But I think it looks good in both places, and I think it's ready to go. Okay, I'm just gonna double check. I want to make sure I install it right side up. Okay. All right, and then this is just trimmed off. So this was a continuation. It's going to wrap around to cover the spine. And I'm just checking to make sure it's not going to hang off the edges. You want to make sure it's well within the rounded corner so it doesn't get snagged on things. And I think I'm going to be all right. It's pretty close, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay, so now I need to look at if it's the same height, and it is. Okay, so I'm ready to put this down. All right. Okay, so the last thing is going to be installing the pocket pages themselves. And I'm going to do that offline. But if you watch the base album tutorial, it shows you how to install them. They're just not embellished pages. They're just blank pages. But to save some video time, I'm going to go ahead and do that offline. And that is pretty much it for this album. I might do a quick video of my embellishments, but I'm thinking I'll probably cover that just in the walkthrough. So I haven't decided. This may be the last video in the series. So, okay, so that's in. So there's the cover, the inside liners, and the back. And as you know, here's all our pages that just need to be installed, like so. So I'm going to do that offline because I like to take my time and make sure I'm getting them in straight. But if you watch the base album tutorial, all the information about how to install these pages is right there for you. So you won't be getting any new information out of watching me do it right now. And that's it for the Muse. When I come back, I'll have some embellishments on here, and I'll cover that in the walkthrough. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Daphne from Scrap and Create.